Okay, so my bad. Had to fix that real quick. So I haven't been on in 253 years, and half of my overlays and widgets and woo-haws and whatever are fucked up. But I am here. Oh, that sounds like it's loud. Let me adjust the game volume real quick because that seemed rather loud to me. I'll try 3. Let's see what happens then, huh? I don't know if I click save. Anyways, I'm running some Nightmare Dungeons because I need Obdicite. Plus, why not? Um, I've played a little bit. I was going through a really rough time. Long story short, my bad. Um, I ended up getting laid off because they're cutting some hours at work, and they're doing graveyard hours for the most part, and I work graveyard, and morning shift is completely full of dumbasses, so they're keeping all them on, but fuck me. So I went through some really depressed time there, but I'm feeling a little better now. I had an interview at a local smoothie place, Mango Crazy, and hopefully I can get that. I mean, I don't want to be making no damn smoothies for people and shit like that, but I mean, it's better than nothing. The good news is my husband was cleared to go back to work, which, I mean, it sucks because I'd rather have him home, of course, but at least he got to go get back to work when I was not making income now. It's still not enough, but it's better than it was. Now, I am doing a minion build again. As you can see, my gear's not hot right now. This is an optional helmet. I'm still doing a lot to get my gear where it needs. This actually went really great. This one landed right where it should. This one didn't do too terrible. I need a lot of Opticite to fix a lot of stuff. This needs to land on Fortify. This needs to go on Fortify. My armor's not great. I'm in tier 3 because the jump from 3 to 4 was a fucking disgusting situation and irritated my bones. So instead, I'm kind of breezing here through tier 3 or torment 3. I always call it tier 3, whatever. But there is good chance. Oh, there's a good chance I'll be able to get something. Get going on tier 4 soon. I need ultimate cooldown, but I forgot I reset this ring. Dang it. Anyways, that's fine. That's what it's gonna be. But, oh, hello. Get out of here. Is it an event? No, it's just some weirdo yelling. Whatever. It is what it is. It can't be anything else. Alright, I'm gonna let them fight on that while I see if anybody's in chat. Hi, Lurks. How are you doing? See you in chat right now. Anyways, even though my armor's not max, on tier 3, my resistances at least are, I still have good survivability. I want to get my ultimate cooldown better, but I'm working on it. It'll happen when it happens, I guess. And I don't want to go into that yet. Always check to see if the butcher's playing around somewhere. What was this one? Last wave, why not? It looks like it's butcher free today. Dang it, Bobby. Oh no, there's still another path over there. Let's kill this little herd real quick. Take care of that little herd, because why not? Oh, got distracted over on the other thing. Like I was saying, half my overlays and stuff are all fucked up because I haven't been on in like a good solid month. But whatever. I didn't bother fixing it. I'm out of my funk and I'm ready to dunk. I don't know what that means. But I said it. I sure said it. Oh, I'm stuck and dry. Anyways. Nah, it's caca. Not even a star on it. But season 8 has been going pretty good. I haven't played too much, unfortunately. Let me see. My game time. I've done 24 hours, and I've only made the Necromancer. I haven't made any other guys yet. I don't know if I want to play this one. I haven't made any other characters yet. I'm going to make a rogue and a barbarian at some point, but I haven't got to it yet. So that kind of blows. Did I say I wanted to do that one? I don't remember what I said about that. Oh, Mercy's Reach. I'm going to see if it's any good. I need Ancestors' Favor more than that, though. Okay, I want to try to get ultimate cooldown on this guy. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to reset him. I hate resetting, but whatever. Aha! I did it. So now instead of 40, oh god, still a good amount of seconds though, ain't it? Dang it, Bobby. Just short. Ah! Damn it. That's fine. I was going to do something. I looked at it and thought, I need to do that. No idea what the hell I was going to do now. Maybe it was over here. Move a couple things around over here, see if I can get something working. I'm going to click that. Oh, Lord, that was loud. I hope that wasn't loud in your ear hole. It was loud in mine. Okay. Media. I just want to make this thing start working the way I want it to work. Because I'm tired of this shit acting up. I doubt it's going to actually work, but no, it don't look like it is at all, is it? Nope. And again, no bueno. Well, an attempt was made. I'm going to try something else. Seen an overlay earlier that I was wanting to try. Yes, I should have done this before I got on. It's fine. Yeah, no, I don't have the overlays I want to use right now. Man, it doesn't have what I was looking for. Game capture, screen capture, that's not anything I'm trying to do. Anyways, I'll be done with that then. Fuck it. Fuck it, we do it live. Oh, I lost Lurks. Bye, Lurks. Sorry if my Necro was too good for you. I don't know, I'm goofing with that. I'm not too good for nothing. I'll have to say, I have a hard time doing the Horde right now, which, honestly, it might not be so bad now. Oh, shoot, get out of here. I leveled up some stuff, some glyphs, because I've been half-assing my playing. Honestly, it's been super, not even half-assed, it's probably a good quarter-assed at best. But I've been half-assing playing, and, like, I'm going to half-ass this dungeon right now, because I actually want to go try one of the compasses. But I don't like to waste my things. I think I have to get all of those. Now I have to look at this again. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Oh, where is it? I know how to use computers, honest. I've used computers my whole life. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I need to get all of those nodes. All the nodes, all the nodes, all the little bitty nodes. I gotta get all of these and then move on to the next part, which I'm gonna work my way up here. But yeah, see, I just barely got this one to 24, and this one to 5. These guys I finally hit 46 on, but I took forever to even do it. But, it is what it is. I'm going to just keep saying that. It's in my head. I kind of feel like the volume might be a little loud because it sounds loud in my ear, but I don't know what my volume sounds like. So, let me go throw them over here real quick, and then look at this. It's not saying anything for desktop volume, so I don't know if you guys are actually hearing the game or not. I'll be honest, I don't know if you guys are hearing the game. I hope you are. But it's not like you're missing much. It's just, that's not missing much. But, I'm gonna half-ass this dungeon. What's it want me to do? Oh, return a thing to the place. I'm probably missing the obdicite running through, but it's fine. Give me the stone. Get it out of his butt if you have to. I don't care. Cool. It's probably back the other way, but no, I don't think so. That was closed off, huh? Yeah, that's closed off. Fuck it. Fuck it. We do it live. Live and in color on Jimmy Carson. He looks like he would have been a perverted old man. I don't know. Uh-huh. I want to check over here. I want to see the butcher. I haven't seen him this season. I did a compass, a horde with my husband earlier before he had to go to bed for that said work he finally was able to get a hold of, get started back to for medical stuff. And, but that was in the horde, and it was the butcher in the horde when you summon him. You have a lot of ether, but I haven't seen him out in the wild. I kind of want to see him out in the wild. Again, it's only tier 3. I'm working on it. No, I don't see him around here. My movement speed's not great. My ultimate cooldown is abysmal. But I gotta just do it one step at a time. One step at a time. Oh, I didn't want to go in there. Then I go in the wrong spot altogether. Anyways, get this stupid thing just done. I don't want to waste the sigil. That name guy, I'll play with him. I'll play with him. My ultimate cooldown is so bad. I really want to get that fixed. What I need to do is find better stuff, better gear, better everything. I have to have Subo right now. I haven't even leveled my mercenaries. I'm not even going to bother with the rest of it. I'm still leveling my freaking mercenaries, so... I still have Subo and then the little fire kid. I don't remember what the demon kid's name was. I just have to do both of them before I could have all the stuff at the mercenary den. Which is frustrating. I don't know why this isn't working. This is bothering me. I want to mess with this real quick. I don't know why I can't preview this. I was actually contemplating getting on, what's it called? YouTube. Oh, Lord. Trying out the YouTube one or something. But I haven't got around to that yet. Maybe the desktop audio is just on the wrong thing. Let me see. Properties. Device. Maybe that'll do it. Just checking some stuff real quick. I don't know, I think that might do something. I have no idea. Still didn't bring up the viewer count. That's fine. It's fine. I just leave it alone. Stop touching things. I'm getting frustrated by a lot of the stuff not working right. I use the Stream Labs And I'm contemplating using a different one because it's frustrating to me right now. What was this? Malwood. Malwood's okay. Let's see, I want to do a 6-wave. Just a simple, easy 6-wave. Let's see if I have the damage to do it. That was the problem last time. I didn't have the damage to do it like productively in any manner, so I just quit it and wasted a compass. But my husband has a billion compasses. I think I'll be okay. Let me just touch this. 311. The mail just ran outside. I'm gonna write that down. Let me run up here and touch him though. Touch him on the butt. I just want to see how much opposite I get from doing a 6-wave and only choosing the materials. Alright, cool. Let my guys run around having a field day while I go over to the different activities. Well, my post-it note fell off. That's stupid. Alright. Another one? Same one, huh? Same thing. Can I see a corpse for little guy? Oh, I hate these little spider motherfuckers. At least the minions were able to make it go. That was nice. Oh, stay in the soul spider. I gotta push shift. Okay, go. No, not that one. Okay. Didn't have time to get to either one of those. See, this is the thing I'm not a big fan of, is I don't have the damage I want. But it is what it is. They'll spawn faster. Okay, then spawns ether events. I think that's going to be the best one right here. I think that's going to be my best bet. Since I don't have the damage I want. At least compared to Rogue and Barbarian, it's a lot slower grind to get done what I want done. And it frustrates me to no end. Fucking soul spider. Okay, I'm going. Those ether things. Very helpful. Oh, I need to focus. Start running away. My bad. Stupid corpse pose. If I get killed, I'm just giving up right now. I swear to God. Oh, it wasn't Hellborn. I was thinking it was Hellborn hiding up here. Yeah, that's not doing shit. Oh my God, this is awful. It's better than it was, but this is not good gameplay. I'm still gonna upload it. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Alright, empower. Oh, summon Hellborn. It's always Hellborn. I'm gonna use my hand. Trying to be lazy here. Don't mind. Alright, kill, guys. Go on. Go kill. Hello. There it is. That's what I needed. Need to keep pushing to buff my guys. What I need to do. Hi, everybody. How are you? There's a party of Hellborn around. And this is called again Rise Skeleton. That's right. And I have it set so it buffs my guys a little bit when I bring the skeleton, when I rise the skeleton up. Army of the Dead still my favorite thing, though. I need to find a way to get the cooldown. I know I need to do my Paragon, that's what it is. But I have not been having a good time in the pits. And my husband's he's been running me through them actually. He's been carrying me because he has a barbarian and a rogue. I believe it's an earthquake barb. I think that's what he's running, and I don't remember what his rogue was supposed to be. You. More Hellborn. What wave am I on? Does it even tell me? 1, 2, 3. What is that? 3? I don't know. I don't know. Counting too much. They need to fix this fucking counter thing. Everything has something wrong with counters right now, I swear to God. Hello. And that cooldown is very upsetting right now. Oh, hello. I need to get this. Oh, Lord. The noises they made. Where is... can't get him over here. Okay, get over here and destroy that thing. Yes, my minions have significantly more damage than I do. Which is what it's supposed to be. I am the commander. I don't actually do the killing. Where is he? He needs to get over here. Damn, didn't get it in time. This will be the only compass I do for a while, because obviously, as you can see, it's not pretty. What do we got going on? One more guy. Okay. Hellborn. No, I don't give a fuck about that. Burning Rain. We'll do Burning Rain. I don't always make the best choices on these either, so... Release. Oh, hello, Elizabeth. How are you? I only have one screen, so I will be slow in replying. I apologize in advance. Let me just get all these Hellborn in one spot here real quick. Then I'll switch over. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. You enjoying the long weekend, Memorial Day weekend or whatever? I think Memorial's on Monday, Memorial Day. I don't know, my birthday's Tuesday. That's all I remember as far as dates right now. It's like, happy birthday. And I was talking to Chad earlier, talking to myself, and I had just gotten laid off my job, so that was a fun, happy birthday for me. But I had an interview, and I put out a bunch of applications, so I'm not too hard off. I've mostly been playing Diablo. Sometimes I play Space Marines. GTA, Minecraft with my kids when they want to play Minecraft. Sims. There's another game. It's like Sims, but different. I don't remember what it's called now. Sims Lite. I think it's a better Sims. Spawn some more Hellborn. I think this might be my last wave. I don't know. Hellborn, they're born from hell. Oh, Lord. Oh, hello. This would be a nice time for my ultimate to come on. Oh. Makes a noise every time you say hi, I think. Oh, PUBG. I haven't played that. My son does PUBG a lot. I haven't been streaming. Like I said, I got laid off my job, and I was mostly working and streaming on my one day off. I was working a lot, and I don't know how often I'll be streaming. Now that I'm waiting to get a new job, I might be streaming daily. I'm kind of hoping to, but I mean, it's going to just depend on what I have time for, because now that summer's letting out, I'm going to have a 14-year-old and 10-year-old running rampant in the house, and it's kind of hard to stream when you got kids saying, Mom, can I? Mom, did I? Mom, will you? They're not too terrible with it, but they can get a little beef-headed with it. It was the last run, I knew it. Let me see. Thank you. I'm from the West Coast. I'm in California. Good old burning up California. It is hot as hell outside today. I stepped outside for about 15 minutes and I was like, this isn't for me. I am an indoor cat and that's where I should stay. Oh, nice. I don't know if you know Modesto and Merced, but I'm dead center in Modesto and Merced. Probably about, I think it's 2 hours north of Fresno and about an hour and a half south of Sacramento. Oh, I'm glad you're a professional artist. That's really cool. I dabble in graphic arts myself. I made mine and my husband's the little panel screen saying "Be right back" and stuff like that. I'm working out the code for making like tip jars and stuff myself. But I play on Canva a lot. I have a lot of Canva fun. But I made our little graphics. I'll show you one. Let's see. I think that'll show it. Yep, that one. It's a little fast right now, but that's because my Streamlabs is having a bit of an issue. But I'm working on it. Alright, pick up this crap. And I only want materials. So I can see how much obdacite I can get. I started with 311. Thank you. Alright, obdacite. Do you play any Diablo? Oh, damn. Got 2,000. Yes, that's a pretty number. I don't know if it was worth all this. All this trauma right now. Check other. You know, my daughter's middle name is Elizabeth. That's funny. Okay, let's see. Okay, what was I trying to do as the necklace? No, it wasn't. Not that either. It was this one. This is the one I'm trying to make do what I wanted to do. Oh, I only needed one more for that, my bad. Yes, ultimate cooldown. Oh, it's still so low. Let's see. Who do I want to play at? I'm worried this isn't going to do what I want it to do, so I don't want to play with him. It's not my friend. So this one didn't do what I wanted it to do either. Or him, really. I guess I'll just play with him a little bit more. Okay, he's all played out. I'm gonna have to re-roll him, so I'm not gonna do that. But I'll do this one. Almost, very close. I think I'm gonna go back to Nightmare Dungeon. Those are so wasteful. I think I'll do another horde. I don't know, still think about that. Might actually have to get off here soon. I didn't realize it's almost 4 o'clock. I hope you can still hear me. I started clicking around on stuff over here in my thing, and now I think I messed up with something. I'm not 100% sure. I need to stop clicking stuff what I need to do. Yeah, I kind of like how that jar looks. It looks like it's falling in my health one. I don't know, maybe I have too many things going. Anyways, right. I think I don't want all these looking sigils. I like to keep it a little more clean than this looks. Is it Mercy's Reach on there? No, I have a list of ones I want to be playing mostly. I think I just breathed right into the mic. My bad, guys. Deafened people. I don't know if you can still hear me. It says it's playing the mic noise, but maybe it's lying. It says my mic's just constantly making a sound. Wow. Test, test. Yeah, it's doing something. Okay, Elizabeth, I am going to step off. And, oh, you left. I hope I didn't disconnect or something weird. Does this have my sound if I click that? Does this have my sound if I click that? Does this have my sound?
It does.
Oh, I gotta mute it. Oh, I don't know if it did it to you guys. It echoed. It started repeating itself. Whoops. I was just happy to see if it was doing something that worked. Seemed like it was. What is this doing over here? No idea what that is. I'm just gonna leave that alone for a little while. Alright, let me decide what I want to do. I think I'm gonna run another compass after all. It wasn't as bad as it has been. Let me just look at a couple things real quick. I want to get the fortify up, but at the same time I want to roll and get more ultimate cooldown. Though this did double on ultimate cooldown, so that's pretty awesome. Still not very cooled down. It's like 41 seconds still, which does not feel good. See, I don't want max life on that. The life is nice and all, but I'll reset it. Let's see what I can do. Come on, come on, come on. No, I don't want the total armor. Rude ass. Drop my armor down. I don't want intelligence either. Man. I have to leave it for now. Dang it. Oh, now I'm under 2 billion. Oh, thank you for the smellies, buddy. Someone gave me scent. I got a scent. Didn't update any of that. I know I don't have the damage to do a tribute, so this was giving me the best damage so far. I'm going to queue it up, and then I'll be back in just a moment. I'm going to go throw something in the oven. I should only be a few minutes, though, so I will be right back. So I'm back anyways. I went to go grab some stuff out of the freezer to start making something for dinner before the children started coming in asking for food, and I was a little late on the draw because a child already came and was starting dinner. My daughter is doing all kinds of stuff. My eldest child, which is very nice of that kid. Let me see. Maybe that's the problem. Changing my layout again. See if anything works. I don't know what day to put this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start a goal. Oh, I gotta put things in it. Dang it. Stupid format has to always be so fancy. Birthday tips. My birthday is on Tuesday. So I'm gonna put some tip. Oh, made it too small. No, it seems too big to me. I want it to be viewable. But my birthday is on Tuesday. I will be turning 37 years old because I'm old as hell. And yeah, it'd be really cool if I could get a couple bucks or something. Happy birthday. That would be neat. Let me move this over here to go with it. I don't know why my viewer count is just not existent. I don't know. I want to get a couple things fixed on this real quick because it's really starting to bother me. Maybe I need to sign in again. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe it's the writing. This is the one everyone hates, comma stands. I like comic stands. Do they not have comic stands? Doesn't look like it. Dang it. I think I've seen something that said goblin. I want to click that. It's not showing up anyways, so I said gremlin. Or I imagined it. Goblin 1. See if that does anything. Still no. Add a viewer. Hello, 800 Zayed. Welcome to the chat. I am running some compasses and doing some hordes, even though I'm horrible at it right now. My character is nowhere near geared to get the damage on here that I need. So this isn't going to be the prettiest fight. Oh no, I didn't see this down here. I need him. Get down here, Golem. Help me, help me. Help mother. They're my babies, I'm their mother. Oh no. I need him to help me again. Get over here, one of you. Oh. I don't have the damage for the arthritic masses either. Right now I don't have a lot of damage for a lot of this. Because again, my gear is not gearing the way I need it to at this time. It looked nice in the dungeons. In the Nightmare Dungeon, it looked really nice. And it's still popping off. Last season I predicted from the PTR that Minion Master was going to go really well. And it's still going really well. You just got to get the gear that works, not the gear that doesn't work. Right now I have the gear that doesn't work. got distracted. I'm having problems with my layouts right now too, so I keep looking over at that, trying to get that taken care of, but it is not going the way I want it to be going. I don't have the damage to do a good horde run, but I'm trying. My horde run is horrible. But at least I can stay alive. My survivability, even though I don't have max armor, and I'm only in tier 3, so it's not like anything phantasmic or anything right now. But I know the build can work because my husband's been playing it while I was working, and he was out on medical leave, so he was home to give it a good, honest test, and it was working really well. But he got all his gear that's needed for it, and I do not have all the gear needed for it yet. And that's what my main problem is right now. I need to get the gear that I need to make the class, the build work the best. Come on, guys, kill him. Oh. Chad. Lost count of how many waves I was on. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Yeah. Release the nuns. Scatter the nuns. That was a quote from Orange is the New Black. I do quote things quite often just to quote them. Oh, I need him over here. I sucked it off, it's fine. The decompose right here, I call it my sucking off. Just to put that out there. Go, Golden, go. Bite him. Do something to that guy. Suck it off. Man, that cooldown on my ultimate, it's just letting me down instead of cooling it down. Come on, spawn already. Ether Fiend. If I could throw him at this arthritic mass in time, I can't. That's fine. Let them clean up the enemies while I look over here. Check it on out. Chat is still chat-a-latin. My birthday is on Tuesday, and I started a tip counter. I'm hoping you can hear me. I messed with one thing, and now I'm worried that nobody can hear me. I'm going to click it on default just to make sure. I had said hi to 800, and I'm not sure if this is working or not, so I'm really hoping it is. I can't be entirely honest if it is or not. Okay, close out of that. There's sound in here, but it's not saying there's sound in here. And that concerns me, that it's not making sound. Well, I hope you guys can hear me. I think you can hear me. Hello, Cave Name 5. Welcome to the show. As I was saying earlier to other people, well, to myself, I don't have a lot of good damage on here. Right now, my Necromancer, I don't have a lot of the gear I need, and the gear I do have that I need isn't where it needs to be. So, I'll let it pull them into me, whatever. So, it's not the most riveting gameplay, and for that, I apologize. I'm working on getting the gear, but I've been a little lazy about it, I'll be honest. Between I was working before and now I'm home right now. It's been an adventure. Oh my god, why is everything a soul spire? Good lord. Over here. over here. Suck it off a little. There we go. Oh Lord, no. He did it. Over here did it really, but he did it. Made the noise. Spoke the Spanish. Oh, it made a noise. Steam Labs. Thank you, Cave Name 5, for the follow. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Don't know if you're in the U.S., but it is Memorial Day weekend, and it's been very loud outside. Everybody has been doing all kinds of stuff. I'm wondering if Steam Elements and Steam Lab is what's making my problem. Maybe that's what some of it is. I don't know. Half my overlay isn't working. Half my stuff isn't working. So, yeah, I apologize for half my things looking like garbage. I can't tell what it looks like on your side, but how are you doing, though? You doing good? Hi. I'm not sure if you can hear my sound. So I'm actually going to type that in. Not sure. Oh, okay, good. It's working fine. Perfect. Thank you. I wasn't sure. I know my overlays have been kind of messed up, so I was messing with a lot of the settings, and one person had come in, was chatting, then disappeared, and I wasn't sure if I had said something or if the sound was no longer working. Because that does happen from time to time. I'm not the most tech savvy. I'm okay doing basic things when it comes to computer settings, but I can make graphics. I can mess around on the Canva real well. I can download everything under the sun. That's where my forte ends. About there. Okay, I'm gonna let them take care of the rest of this. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I'm glad you could hear me loud and clear. So how are you doing this weekend? Let's see. Summon Lords. Or Hellborn. Release those guys. I don't have two screens, so in order to see the chat, I have to Alt-tab over, so my responses might be a little delayed. But I will be checking on the chat periodically. I try to check as much as I can. It's a lot easier with the Necro, the Minion Necro, because my minions just do a lot of the fighting for me, and I have even with my armor low, I have good survivability. Yes, farming for the damn materials and gear, that's what I've been doing. I didn't get a whole lot of time at the beginning of the season because I was working 6 days a week, and I was doing 10 to 12 hour shifts a day. I did security. They did mass layoffs, so now I'm home for a while. And but I was only able to play maybe 5 hours a week at the most, and it was. I'm playing more, and now I'm getting some more gear. But it's a grind this season. And I'm like, oh my god, I play with my husband and our friends all the time, and they're all under geared and stuff too. And like he has a rogue and a barbarian that he's been maining, and he's been doing okay with them. But he tried the Minion Necro. He got all the gear perfect, and it's just going off. It's popping off without a problem. Last season it was good. Last season, this season it started out like the PTR. It was amazing. And then from PTR to the season release, they just fucked everything up. They nerfed so much stuff, and then in this last patch, they fixed it. The Zer's sword here, this one actually helps it a whole lot. And the minion build, though, oh my goodness, I have been having a ball. I can just AFK out of nowhere, wander off, come back 5 minutes later, everything around me's dead. They do much more damage than I could dream of doing. They just pull everyone apart. And it's funny to watch them. It's like watching a swarm of ants or bees or something descending on everybody. Alright, off the site. Okay. I think my off the site's pretty good right now. Well, not pretty good, but I might be able to fix a couple things. Gotta change a couple different things. Oh, which barbarian build did you do? I know Earthquake was like beefing off for a little while. I think my husband's doing an Earthquake. I'm not 100% sure if he's doing Earthquake or not. I know he was going to. I don't know if he ever went ahead and did it. Dang it. I need more. I feel like, what was it, Fairly Odd Parents? The fairies had tried brownies or something, I think, and they're like, more, good, more. That's how I feel. Like, I need more things, more gear, more items, more footwork. Oh, okay, dang. So you're a shouty boy. Do mostly shouts to do your build. I think I tried a shout barb. Well, I call it a shout barb. It was shout, but I also did kick. I think it was season 2. It might have been season 1. And that wasn't too bad. But whirlwind, I did whirlwind earthquake last season, and that was pretty good. I think it was just called earthquake, but I called it whirlwind. Oh, so what do you got? Thorns going? Shout to draw them in so that they will hit you. Perfect. Ooh, nice. So you're made of rubber, they're made of glue. Whatever they do to you bounces off and sticks to them. Or however that old nursery taunt went. I think I'll do a bigger one now. I like these to be in some kind of order. I don't think I want to do that big of one, actually. Alright, alright. Thorns and poison. Nice. Oh, that's good. Ooh, I didn't even think of thorns and poison, actually. It's going pretty hot. It sounds like it would. Yeah. Yeah, the boss skills. I've been using Varshan's little head tentacle. It was really funny using the head tentacle. You'd be riding your horse and you could hit the enemies with your little tentacle flying off your head. But they patched that. You can't just ride your horse and kill things now. But it seemed to be going pretty good. I wanted derails to be really fun, but I just didn't have as much fun with it as I was hoping. I thought as a rogue that would be the funniest thing, like a flurry rogue. And all of a sudden you're under the ground, you pop up like a little demon golfer, and you're like, yeah. But my husband said it didn't beef as hard as he thought it would. I think he went with flurry. It might be dances with knives. I don't know. I sent him my flurry build, and then he was playing with it. I don't know how far he got with it. But I sent him the Necro build, and he got all the gear, and it has more damage than this normally. Come on, let me go. Oh, nice. And Dario's and Beast. I didn't go ahead and do that with my... Did I get everyone? No. Guys, go eat. Eat. With my guy, I forgot to even show this. I did the Varshans, but then I went with the smaller apparitions, and I got the Blackmailers, Hatred's Embrace, and... Oh, I did do that one. Yeah, Hatred's Embrace. And then Beastmaster, because the minions. It seemed to work pretty well, but it seemed to be the best combo for what the Necro minions needed. I've been having a nice time. Helltide's mostly where I've been. Like, I can do Helltide tier 4 and just wander off and come back and everything's dead. And I've been having to do that a lot. My 10-year-old, he had some problems at school the last week of school. They still have one more week, so he's going back on Tuesday. But he was home, and I had to be kind of watching, make sure he was doing extra homework and stuff, because he got in some trouble. But, I mean, you know, he's a 10-year-old, and he has ADHD and stuff. He's a boy. But the school didn't listen to that. But I like having the survivability. I need to work on getting more damage and cooldown for my ultimate. That's what I really need to get going. Some more cooldown. Come on. There he is. Come Finish him off. Okay, let them finish that. Grinding mats and gear. Yeah, I need to go back into the Helltide some more, but I thought I could probably get more Obdicite here than I could over in anywhere else, especially the Nightmare Dungeons. But yeah, he got in some trouble, but he's okay. It'll be okay. He's in 4th grade, and he has an IEP for his ADHD, and the teacher doesn't want to listen to it anyway. She just wants to do whatever and punish him, and I'm like, that's not in his IEP, but it's been an uphill battle with his teacher this year. Oh, hon. Now, I haven't played over on T1 in a while. Um, how's the what's it called? The return rate? Because I know when you do the Nightmare Dungeons on Tier 4, you can get about 2,000 Obdicite, but on Tier 3, I was getting like 700. But yeah, his teacher, it's the same teacher my niece and nephew had a few years back, and my niece has autism, and my nephew, they don't know if it's autism or ADHD, but he had a couple things, behavioral things, and he had a lot of energy and no calm down, and the teacher doesn't seem to know how to handle kids that are, quote, not normal, as she called them, which that pissed me off, and I was like, I had to have my husband talk to the teacher, because if I talked to her, I was going to get arrested. 'Cause that's my little man. And then I'm like, 14-year-old's doing good, and she was like, Mom, you should have just gone in there and knocked her silly. And I'm like, baby, that's not how it works. As adults, I can't just go smack the teacher even if she deserves it. Yeah, it was hella rude. And I was just, I went and I told my mom, like a little kid, Mom. And my mom went down and talked to him too, because she knew most of the teachers from over the years. And the teacher was trying to say that I misunderstood. But she outright admitted that she said not normal when referring to half of our family. And I'm like, I'm sorry, they're not neurotypical. We're neurospicy in this family, but you need to get fucked, lady. That pushed my last button. I was actually rather proud of myself because I stepped away. I walked out of the office. I was like, no, my husband's name is John. I'm like, John, you're going to have to go talk to her because if I stay in there, I'm going to go to jail. And I don't look good in orange. But if this was 5 years ago, I probably would have reached across the desk and pulled her across it. I would have had a problem. I had an anger issue back in the day. I really mellowed over the years in my old age. But it was just, it was the most fucked up thing. But he only has 3 more school days with that teacher. And then his 5th grade teacher was my 5th grade teacher, and I love her. She's always very polite. She was the first lesbian I ever met. And she's always just the nicest lady, very understanding, very patient. So I'm looking forward to 5th grade. 5th grade's going to be okay. I've mostly been focusing on my 14-year-old. I think that was part of his behavioral stuff was he was feeling left out because she's graduating 8th grade on Thursday. And I think he was feeling kind of left out that he's not graduating anything right now because he was only 4th grade. I think that was a lot of it. Thank you. Yeah, I matured. It was not an easy trip, but I figured I need to be here for my kids even if I get pissed off to the end of my rope. I'm gonna do this one. I swear I always pick the worst veins and boons on this. But I think a lot of his behavior was from my daughter and stuff. Thank you. Yes, that was one of my main things too was I know he learns a lot by watching more than he does by just telling him anything. And he did have some anger stuff going on. It's how I started calming myself down was looking at his little outbursts and being like, he's probably learning that from me. So I've been working on it to try and keep him from having the same problems I did growing up. But I think I've been trying to include him in more things. My mom took him today to the movies and the park and stuff, so he should be coming home here any minute, really. But she thought he might benefit from having some one-on-one grandma-grappa time, and took him off to the park while we're planning the graduation party for my daughter's 8th grade graduation. But she has all A's. She has a 4.2 to graduate. And I think when he hears that she has all these good grades and she's graduating, she gets a party and stuff, I think it just kind of hit a nerve with him. Yeah, she's a very smart kid. Like, my son is very smart outside of school. He has a harder time during school stuff, but outside of school, he is like, he can take anything apart and put it back together and it would work perfect. He fixed his own remote control cars more than once, where the wheels were all tangled up with hair and stuff because my daughter sheds like a cat. And he took the wheels off, took the axle off with a little screwdriver, took all the hairs out and put it back together, and no problem at all with him. Like, he found that to be the most simple thing in the world. But, and with math, he does math like a calculator. But you give him English, you give him reading, anything that he has to really sit down and focus on, that's when he starts getting like irritated and doesn't want to do it. And he steps off, and next thing I know, we're getting a call from the teacher saying he went to the bathroom and then went out to play in recess instead of coming inside for any of his class. He just went to the bathroom and when no one was looking, ran out to the playground and started playing, which he managed to untangle one of their swings that one of the kids had pushed, like, you know how you fling the swing to wrap it around the pole? He had climbed up the pole, he shimmied up the pole and untangled it because he wanted to play on his favorite swing. So he might not be, you know, straight A kid, but he's a very smart child in his own right. And that's the problem. If you take a bird, a human, and a monkey and you tell them, climb up to the top of the tree, the bird's going to fly to the top of the tree, the monkey's going to scale the tree at the speed of light, and the human's going to take their time, but they'll eventually get there. And that's how it is with kids. They'll get there, they just, you know, have their own way of doing it. But the teacher didn't, she didn't agree with it. But I seen that analogy, like, I'm going to sound like an old lady now, on Facebook. And I thought that was a pretty apt analogy of how kids learn and how they take tests. You can't just put everyone in a square box because you never know when you're going to turn around. You have a octagon instead of a square. And they just, I don't know. It bothers me how the public school system is. But like I said, his 5th grade teacher is going to be a teacher I'm familiar with and I know very well. The family knows her. She used to play softball with my parents when I was a kid. So I'm looking forward to that because she's already saying how she's going to treat him fair and help him like focus and take care of him in class and stuff. So I'm not too worried about that part. But my daughter, she has, me and my husband both have various mental illness like depression. I have ADHD. And I overshare. But she was showing signs of depression last year, so we had her go to a counselor and some therapy. And then the therapist put her on some medication, and now she's doing a lot better. But her grades never faltered during any of that, and that was insane to me. Because when I was struggling with depression and before I was able to get a counselor and stuff, I had all kinds of problems and I couldn't do anything. And then she's sitting there still doing all her stuff. She's just a depressed bitch, and I'm like, baby, come here, let's help you out. But my mom didn't, when I was younger, my mom didn't believe in depression and stuff. She understands it now. Yeah, see, a good teacher understands that. You sound like you were a good teacher. Everyone learns different. You can't all just be like, read something and know it. But some people, I don't know if maybe they were good teachers when they were younger and they got burnt out, but some people I don't think should still be teachers. Some people need to step off. They need to step back and let someone else come in and help with the kids and stuff, because his teacher that he's thankfully going to be done with, she didn't care about her job anymore. She didn't care about the kids. She only liked the good kids that were quiet and did their work like normal, quote unquote. It's just like nursing. You get nurses that care about people and you get nurses that are burnt out, and then they don't do as good of a job because they're burnt out. They don't take care of their own mental health and they can't help people like in the hospital. Those are the nurses that'll poke you with a needle to take your blood draw, and they're just fishing around without a fuck in the world. And that just bugs me. If you don't like your job, then find a new job. It's not easy, but you shouldn't be in that career if you're going to be hurting people and making kids feel like shit and stuff. Damn, he killed that guy in one hit. But I'm gonna let them handle him. But yeah, now that he's not here, we were talking a lot about my daughter's graduation party, and my mom's helping out a lot with it. She's getting Costco pizzas and a bunch of cupcakes and all kinds of stuff, balloons out the wazoo, and I'm like, this is a lot for 8th grade. But at the same time, she's got a 4.2. She's on the principal's honor roll and the superintendent's honor roll. And then she went to ASB club, Advid, the yearbook club. She's going to end up with about, I think it was 4 or 5 chords. And they wanted her to do the valedictorian speech, but she said she didn't feel comfortable with it, so I told her she didn't have to do it if she didn't want to. And the school was upset about that. They're like, well, we want, she was nominated by the teachers. And I'm like, then the teachers can go do it. If she's not comfortable with it, I'm not making her do it. But I'm always very proud of that kid. She's very compassionate. If she sees a homeless person, she's taking money out of her pocket to give it to them. And I'm like, honey, you keep your money. Mom will give them money. But she's always been that way since she was like 2 or 3. She was always just very giving and very compassionate and caring. And I'm like, kid, you are like, she as a baby even, she didn't cry very much. She was a very quiet baby, very complacent baby, very chill. And I'm like, I don't know where you got all this good baby behavior from, but I thought you were supposed to be pooping out the back of your diaper and making mom and dad cry every day. Oh, dang, I still can't do that one. I think I can do this one. Come on, fortify, 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 fortify. Damn you, barrier generation. I'll keep it for now. Okay. I like your little caveman emojis. I also like the unicorn. What was her name? Fluttershy? No. I can't remember the pony names. My daughter used to watch them all the time, but then she started watching, who was she watching? I don't know, she got into more YouTubers and stuff now, so. Movement speed. I'm gonna be fast as fuck, boy. But, yeah, I don't like to say, oh, that's my good one, because they both are good in their own, right in their own ways. But she's definitely the more academic one. And like for high school, she's taking AP English, AP Math, and then she's going to be taking 2 history classes. And then she went ahead and got into welding and a medical thing where they give them like 4 years of training to go into the medical field, like as a fireman, an EMT, a doctor, stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, if that's what you want to do, but I worry about her doing that because she has such a soft heart. I don't want her like all heartbroken when someone passes away or something. But she thinks that she'll be completely fine with it, so I have to just trust her judgment and be there for her in case it doesn't work out the way she wants it to. Which is hard to stand back and let them figure it out on their own. Oh, nice. You had them custom made. I keep thinking of making my own emotes, but I keep putting it off. I keep getting lazy about a lot of stuff. Yeah, I don't want, it's like she wanted to just jump in head first and start going. I'm like, listen, let's take a step back. We're going to do this little class first. And it's a 4-year contract that she signed that she would stay in it for high school and maintain her grades and do extracurricular activities, or however you say it, like after school programs and stuff. So she has a full like docket of stuff she's going to be doing for 9th grade, but she's really happy for it and excited for it. So I'm just like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you're going to do. I got her a jumpsuit, like a little coverall jumpsuit that they suggested having, so when they're running their drills and stuff, they don't mess up their school clothes and everything. So it's going to be exciting. I just don't want her heartbroken when someone that she tries to save doesn't make it or something. But my dad was a volunteer fireman when we were kids for quite a few years, and he's been talking to her about his experiences with car crashes and fires and people not making it and seeing the bodies and stuff. So at least she's not going in blind. Oh yeah, definitely. The like I always see the memes and the videos and stuff of people complaining about their teens and how their kid doesn't talk to them and how they feel lonely, their kid doesn't love them and stuff like that. And I'm like, can't relate. I can't get my kid away from me. My kid wants to be my best friend still, and I'm like, I'll be your best friend. If something you're doing is wrong, I will tell you, but like I'm not going to be a hard ass on you. And she comes to us for every little thing in her life. Like she came to us, I think it was third or fourth grade. She came to us and was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know I don't think I like boys. I'm really interested in girls." And I was like, "Hey, as long as they treat you fine, I don't care what they are. I don't care if they're boy, girl, in between. As long as they're a good partner, I'm a happy camper." And then, of course, I explained to her how to be a good partner too. Like, listen, you see, mom and dad, we're not yelling at each other. When we have an argument, we discuss it. So little things like that, just to set an example. But she comes to us for every little thing, and I'm like, Mom, did you know that this kid said this to this other kid, and that was kind of mean? I'm like, okay. And she's like, I'm gonna go tell them something. And I'm like, all right, I'll be here. And then she'll ask us for advice and listen to it. And that's something I haven't seen teens do before. I'm like, this is what I think you should do. Like, why don't you try this or try that? But she actually ended up, right now, she's dating, as they call it, one of the little girls at her school. And like they hold hands, they've gone out to the park and watched a movie and stuff like that together. So it's been sweet just watching her grow up and like that she still like wants to be my best friend. Oops, I didn't mean to call him again. I don't have enough to open him twice. But it's been a real treat with this one. I don't know if I'm the best mom ever. I've missed a lot of things. She does guitar in seventh and eighth grade for middle school, and she had a Christmas concert. And when on the day of her concert, I had to work that day, so I didn't even get to go to her concert with her. But my mom recorded it, and I feel so guilty that I didn't go with her to her concert. But like we try to give her everything that she wants and be there for her whenever she needs anything. And like she was telling me she was a little worried because her tummy was like soft, smushy tummy. And I was explaining how you can be chunky or soft and still be healthy. That's the important thing. But if you're not happy with how you look, we can do exercises together. So now we spend about 45 minutes every other day doing exercises out in the garage together. And she wants to just chill and hang out with mom. She plays Diablo. She was playing a blood surge necromancer for a while, but then she started focusing more on some of her school stuff, and mostly she was focusing on passing the written exam to go to that thing she's in, the medical thing, because there's a whole, you have to do an exam, you have to pass the CPR class. Like she had to jump through some hoops, but she ended up doing it, and they're like, yeah, we'll take her for the 4 years, we'll teach her up. I'm like, okay, I, I guess. But I never will tell my kids, oh, you're getting fat. If I'm worried about their health, I'll be like, hey, you're not eating healthy. Let's work on this together. We're gonna both be eating healthy because I don't want to pay for therapy bills later. You know, like I'm trying to raise well-adjusted, happy adults one day. Oh, there I go. I started getting a little sentimental. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I've gone to her other concerts, and in the summer she has a couple concerts that she's going to be the lead guitar in again. So it's going to be all right, but I still feel bad about it. She tells me, Mom, don't worry about it. I know you had to work. It's how we afford our food, how we afford our rent. Like she's very down to earth with it. So that was the only thing that kept me from completely falling apart about it. But like she just wants to hang out, and I don't want to ever make her feel like she can't just come over and cuddle with mom on the couch or something. Which she does at 14 and a half. Her birthday's in December. She still comes over and cuddles on the couch with mom. She'll cuddle with dad just to hang out. And I don't know, I feel very blessed with this kid, with both my kids. My son, oh no, I ran right into that one. But my son, he'll pick video games over reading any day. He'll pick video games or going outside and running rampant over having to sit down and do anything he doesn't want to. But even at 10, he'll run over and be like, Mom, I think it's time for our cuddles. We didn't cuddle this week. And then end up sitting on the couch for hours cuddling and watching a movie or something. And I think it's because we have rules like don't be rude, don't be yelling at each other. If you're getting frustrated, talk it out and stuff like that. But we don't have rules like, hey, you're not allowed to be mad. You can't be yelling and get mad. If you need to raise your voice, we have a whole garage. Go raise your voice. Go hit the punching bag. Go get it out of your system, but don't do it to each other. But we let him feel his emotions, and I think that helps him a lot. And my daughter too. We tell them all the time, you can't help your emotion, but you can help your reaction to your first emotion. And he's still working on it, but she's definitely gotten it down. And I don't get all misty-eyed. I didn't have a problem killing her. Oh, damn, what's this? Well, I'll hang on to that for something. It wasn't an Uber, but it was pretty. But we just try to help with them. I just want them to have the support that I didn't have growing up. My mom had bipolar, and she was unmedicated and didn't believe bipolar was a real thing because she was heavily religious, and Jesus wouldn't make me have bipolar, and it's the devil trying to trick me. And I'm like, Mom, you need medication. Regardless of who's doing what, you need to take medicine. And like she wouldn't even take Tylenol for a headache or a fever when we were growing up because it wasn't God, it was medicine. And then finally, our church preacher guy told her that God gave the doctor the knowledge to make the medicine and figure out what's wrong, like, depression or something, and that it was completely okay with God to take medicine. Suddenly, she started taking mood stabilizers and antipsychotics, and she's the best mom. So now she makes up for it with the kids. She's like number one grandma. But growing up, it was a little hard. She wasn't the most understanding person, and we both went to therapy together after she started medication. And now my mom's one of my best friends. But it wasn't like that at the very beginning with her. It took a few years and a lot of therapy before we were able to be friends with each other. And I don't want my kids to ever feel like I didn't listen to them and I didn't help them and I made things worse and didn't take them seriously. My mom, like when we brought her to therapy, my mom was saying she's 13, she can't have depression, she just has hormones. And I'm like, hormones and depression, okay, but depression runs in the family, bipolar runs on both sides of the family. And finally, she just gave in and let me take my daughter to the therapist without complaining about it. And I'm like, Mom, if you don't want her to go to therapy, then that's too bad for you, because if she needs that, that's what she's getting. And it was the same thing with the ADHD. She was like, oh, he's just a little boy. He doesn't need medication. He doesn't need therapy and coping mechanisms to learn. He'll grow out of it. And I'm like, he doesn't need to struggle and have a terrible time in his life because you don't want him to go see a therapist because of the stigma of it. Like, it was a whole thing with her, but I talked to her about it and I was like, Mom, the therapist had told you already you need to listen to what other people say, not just your own opinions. And she was like, took a step back, and it was like one of the first times in my life I seen her stop and reconsider her own thoughts. So that was pretty nice to see. But I'm almost sitting here dropping the deep lore. Yeah, sometimes she still reverts to the old ways. I think it's because it's easier than admitting there's anything, quote, wrong with anybody. But like I explained to her, there's nothing wrong with my daughter having depression. There's nothing wrong with him having ADHD. It sucks, but there's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with her. It's just something we all have to work on. And she kind of calmed down a bit after that and just kind of mellowed out and stuff about it. But it took her a few weeks to figure it out and chill out. But she got there eventually, so I was happy. I know it's easier to hang on to the old ways. I actually used to be an alcoholic when I was younger, and I had a really bad drinking problem. And then I was forgetting birthdays and hiding stuff from my husband, and I was like, that's not the life I want to have. And I managed to work on it and get past it and stuff. But for that first year, I was thinking, I want to drink. I want to go have a drink. It's easier to fall back to the old ways than to deal with all this. And then I would just remember what I wanted nowadays, what I want, currently. And it wasn't so hard to go back to not doing the bad stuff that I didn't want to do anymore. I like the me that I am now. I didn't want to go back to the old me. And I explained that to my mom too. And she seemed to get it. It took her a little bit, but she seemed to start getting it more. It's just, I know it's not easy for her. And like the old ways are always easier than the new ways for everything. But she came around, she got it together. But it just took her a minute. But I know how that feels. Thank you. Yeah, it was good. It just took her a little bit. But it was wonderful talking with you. Um, my daughter, speaking of, is cooking dinner, and she hollered out for me if I could come help her with some of it with chopping the vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and pop off and help her out with that. But I will probably be back on in a little while. And let me put that. I'll be back in a little while, I'm sure, unless she ends up being like, let's go watch a movie or something. And then I'll be hanging out with her. But I'll be on tomorrow at least. And I had a couple interviews. Well, I had an interview and a couple calls back about some new jobs. So I should be free until one of them pick me up. And then I'll be back around. But yeah, it was great to meet you. Thank you again so much for the follow. And I'll chat with you again soon. Have a good weekend.